Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to install DHCP and also RSAT in Windows Server. So this is going to be, I believe this is part 3 of our Windows environment series. All right, so first things first, I just want to show you the DHCP scope. Actually, this scope, right, the range that we're going to provide an automatic IP address would be probably in between. It depends how you wanted it. So for this example, I just want in between. The last octet is actually 172.17.10, right? In between that, the last octet will be 10 up to 20, right? So you can have as many as you want, but for this scenario, we're only gonna have like 2 clients anyway. So you can just I'm just gonna the scope, it would be like 10 machines for now, and then um we're going to make sure that our gateway, actually the gateway here should be 100, and then the DNS should be itself or the same thing as the gateway, which is actually that 100 is the IP address of the Windows server. Okay, so I just want to show again this diagram. Let's go to our Windows server. So I'm just gonna log in here, insert, and all right. So right now we have everything. Active Directory is working, right? So the next step would be adding our DHCP server. So the DHCP server, I just want to remind everyone, what it does, it automatically assign IP addresses, right? Provide IP addresses to within the network, within it provides IP addresses to our workstation or our clients, right? So the first thing to do is click manage, add roles and features, click next. Here we're just gonna keep clicking next, and it's already highlighted. There's only one domain controller anyway. Click next. What we're going to select here is actually, before we do the HCP server, we should do the RSAT first, right? The RSAT will actually, like I said, the Windows server will act as a router also. So we're providing 2 things that this server is doing right now is serving IP addresses, right, automatically. That will be through the HCP, and RSAT will actually also, our server will act as a router to go to the internet, right, while providing an internal IP to our clients, which is our workstation. So let's install remote access first. Click next. Next. Here is just next, but we have to select routing, right? And then add features. It will automatically select also the VPN, so don't worry about that. So click next, and then next again, and then let's click this, right? So it will automatically, every time there's a new install, it needs to be restarted anyway. So click install. This gonna take a little bit, right? So I'm just gonna pause it, and then we'll continue, and then just continue within your environment. All right, so now that our DHCP, actually RSAT, is installed, click close. And let's see the flag here. We're going to configure now RSAT, or actually in here it's called RAS. So just click on open it. So now we're going to tools. We're going to routing and remote access. Right now it's red, so we're going to configure this. Let me just make this bigger. see if you can see. All right, going to right click it, configure and enable routing remote. Click next, and we're going to choose custom configuration. Click next. We're going to choose NAT and LAN routing. Click next, and then finish, and then start service. Just wait until those two services starts. Uh, all right, so now that is on, it's green, right? We're going to configure this. Let me just make this bigger. Under IPv4, let's do, I believe, let's see here, the static routes. Okay, let's right click new static route, right? Automatically it will, pick the private. So we're gonna choose, right, our destination to give out that the IP addresses. So it's gonna be 172.17, which is our internal IP. So .10 and then .0. That's the network, right? We need to provide the network. It's going to be 255.255.255.0. Now the gateway, right, would be our server IP address 17.10. In this case, mine is 100. And to prove that, I just want to show you here, right? That's why we need our IP address. So our IP address actually is 100, right? This is 100. And we're going to do the private to that's okay. Now that we have the static route here, let's see what else we can configure here. I think the network interfaces, I just want to make sure, just want to view everything is okay. I just want to make sure that we are in the right place. Okay. All right. So next one would be so we're going to right click NAT, new interface, click on public, click OK, click public here, enable NAT on the interface, click apply, click OK, and let's see the public here. I'm gonna make sure properties, the address pool, we don't need it. I just want to make sure that okay, that's great. Now the static routes, we already created that. So we're good with, but what I want is, I just want to make sure that we restart it. So let's right click DC1 or whatever your domain, your computer name is, all tasks, and then restart. Just wait until it restarts. All right, so now it's restarted. Everything is good. It's still green, right? So now we're going to close this. Next one would be, we're going to install the DHCP now, right? Because we already have remote access. That remote access is like actually RSAT. Routing is in there too, so that's why it's called remote access. So we're going to click add roles and features, right? Click next, 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 and we're going to click on DHCP, click add features, click next, 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 and then click restart again, click yes, install. Just wait until it finishes, and then it will probably ask to restart, or we need to restart it, or it will automatically restart for us. Okay. All right, now that our DHCP server is completed, you just have to close this, right? We don't need this. Once you see this configure remote access, just exit out of it, right? You don't need to set that up. Now I'm gonna click on the yellow flag, right? So we can complete the configuration of DHCP. So this is the important part of it. So let's do next, and we're just going to commit and close. All right, once that's done, right, you'll see here, actually, let's see, refresh it first. Yeah, you should be able to see DHCP here. So now we have ADDS, which is Active Directory Domain Services. We have DHCP, we got DNS. DNS is always part of ADDS anyway. Don't worry about the IAS, that's actually web hosting. But we added the remote access, which is for the routing part of it, right? So now we're going to click on Tools. We have to configure our DHCP server. Click on Tools. Let's wait until it loads. Okay. All right. I'm going to make this bigger. Let me just, for some reason, my mouse is not working here. Let's, all right. Okay. Not that. So we're going to expand it, right? We're going to expand our DHCP IPv4. We don't really care about our IPv6. So let me just right click this and see the properties. Okay, so now we're going to click on IPv4 server, right click it. We're going to create a new scope, right? So according to our diagram, right, we're going to do this scope, right? We're going to provide probably 10 to 20 I'm talking about the last octet, 10 to 20 IP addresses. So that would be 10 IP addresses. So I'm just going to call it 172, which is that scope anyway. 17.10.10-20. That's the title. That's okay, right? So I'm putting -20 because we're giving out 10 from 10 to -20. So click next, right? The starting IP, like I said, is 10, right? 17.10.10, right? The end is 172, 17.10.20, right? Here, we're going to change it to 24 because it's /24. Click next. All right, the exclusion here, our server is in .100, so we don't need to exclude it because it's not part of this scope. If it is part of that scope, then you have to enter the IP address of the server here, but it's not, so it's okay. So click next. We don't need, yeah, we don't need an exclusion. This is just telling you that the lease is always every 8 days. That's the default. That's clicked. Just click next, and we want to click yes. I want to configure these options now, and then now we're going to add the address of the router, right? The router is the IP address, right, of this server, right? This is the actually the router, right? So we're going to add 172.17.10.100. And we can also add the public. So we can also add this. So I'm going to add that too. That's okay. 0.2.100. All right. And we can also specify here, right? We're going to type this also cyber, oh, I'm sorry, not cyber. Yeah, cyber tech dot local, and then resolve it, and it's going to give you the IP address, the same thing that what I entered earlier, right? Just click add, right? This is now the DNS. So this is actually the routing part, which is the gateway, right? Now this is the DNS. It's the same thing also. I want this to be up there. So it's either it goes to this, it goes to here, and also we're gonna add the 888, which is the Google. That's okay. We can add that. So click next. We don't need anything here. This is old Win server. They just let it. So just click next. Yes, activate the scope now, and then finish. All right. So now it's been activated. Let's see the scope here. And we want to make sure that we have the router and the DNS. And what I would like to do, or like, when you do something like that, we just make sure all click on your DC here, right? And then right click and click all tasks and then restart. Because it's a new setup, a new configuration. We want to make sure that we restart it. So just wait until it restarts, right? Everything is there. We should be good to go. All right. So now everything is set up. Let's just test that, right? So I'm gonna have my my CLI here. So to close this, right? It's the same thing with Linux, but the command is different. So to clear the screen, right? The command is CLS, right? In Windows. All right. So this is the server side of it, right? I'm gonna open my Windows 10. Where is that? My client, and this is gonna be on my right side. So we're gonna have side by side here. I'm gonna have my client here. Oops. So right now, actually, what we didn't do, right? I'm gonna show you also the combination of. So we installed these DHCP. We installed RSAT or RSA, right? But we haven't really joined the domain. This is just like a just a Windows 10. It's just without like joining the domain yet. It's not, this machine is not part of the network yet, right? Although right now it's serving, it has a internet, right? Even though I'm going to show you, let's see the IP config here. Right now, this is nice. See, it's working. Our DHCP is working. You see the gateway, it's pointing. We added this earlier, right? So now, even though we're not part of the domain, right, we're still, you're connected to the domain controller, but we're not part of the domain yet. We haven't joined yet. So I'm going to show you how to join, right? And also now, this is a good thing that now I don't need to enter it manually. This is actually using the HCP. So this is 11, which I want to, I want to show you also here. This is the IP config, right, of the server. This is the server side. So you see, this is the server, right? If you notice, the default gateway is pointing, right, to the IP address of the private and also the public. Just to make sure, I just want to put both. So that's the beauty about it. Now we know that the DHCP is working, right? The DHCP server. So just to verify, always verify, right? Let's ping here. If I could move my mouse inside. For some reason, it's not letting me. Okay, bidirectional. It needs to be bidirectional. Clipboard. Okay. And mouse integration is not letting me yet. For some reason, I'm not able to. Let's just ping .11. Ping 172.17.10.11. You know that. Okay, now it's not even. You're in the subnet, but the server is not able to ping the workstation. This is good in a way that I could show you how to fix that, to troubleshoot that, right? If I could just Let me just restart this real quick because it's not responding, but I'm gonna turn it back on. Let's go back to our virtual box, make sure our client one is on. So let's turn it back on. Oops. Where are you? It's right here. Okay, great. So now it's we'll just wait. Okay, great. So now let's insert this, log in, right? All right, now that we are logged in, right? Let's do the IP config again. So it gives me, yeah, so the same IP. So I'm gonna ping the server, right? Which is one of the gateway. I'm able to ping, but still cannot ping. Well, okay, now we can ping. All right, great. So what we can do here, I just want to see the it's continuous ping. All right, so now it's communicating. I just want to see one thing here. And you can type this in. I think it's NCPA NCAPCPL. Right. Okay. Let's go back to actually to the control panel here. Control panel. I want to go to small icons and I just want to see the firewall here. Yeah, we turn it off. Okay. I just want to make sure. Okay. So now, yeah, it is communicating, right? This is communicating with each other. We're good, right? They're both communicating. So the next step now, we're going to join this domain, right? We're going to join the domain, this computer to the domain. So you're going to click this folder, right click this PC, and then properties. And then scroll down here and let's go to, where is the advanced system settings, and let's go to computer name, right? We're going to click change. We're not going to change the name, right? Well, we can change the name first. Actually, I didn't change the name of this computer, so I'm going to do that now at the same time. Let me just do this. If I could get in. It's just lagging for some reason. Where is that configuration? My mouse is just lagging. Okay. Let me just make sure that this is sharing. It is. Okay. All right. All right. So we're back here. I just want to make sure. All right. So let's see. It's going to be, we're going to call it client 1. Right. That's okay. So now let's close this. And we're going to just, if you didn't name it, just name it, right? For me, I forgot to name it, but this is client 1. So now I'm going to type in my domain controller, right? Which is the domain name of the server, which is actually this, right? That's the domain. So I'm going to type that, right? I'm going to join into that domain, cyber tech. For you, it's going to be different, right? Whatever your domain name is, right? Make sure ping first, make sure that you're able to. So now it should connect to you, right? So you're gonna log in as an administrator. Whatever the administrator password that you use for the server, that would be your, your that's what you're gonna use. So I'm logging in as the administrator, right? And then we're gonna let this machine to join the domain. So see now it's welcome to Cybertech local domain, right? You need to restart, right? And then you'll see now that now you can restart. Once it's restarted, you'll see that now we're part of the domain. Okay, so now our computer, our Windows 10 restarted already. So now you'll see this, right? You still see Emily, whatever you're, and then you're gonna have other user. So from here, you'll see now sign into Cybertech because it's recognizing that we're part. So I'm gonna log in. When you're logging in as an administrator, always, right? Because I'm gonna show you. If I log in as an administrator, right, and then you tab, it's gonna go back to sign into client one. Client one is just the standard standalone, but we want to be part of the domain. So every time you're logging in as administrator, you need to add the domain name cybertech cybertech and then backslash, right, administrator. Then you see this, you'll see cybertech, but right now we don't have a user. We don't have a user created yet in the server manager, right? In the actually in the server itself, we haven't created a user yet. What I'm going to do actually while we're here, I'm going to show you how to create just a regular user. So we're going to click in the server manager. This is your domain controller, right, in the server. Click tools, click Active Directory, users and computers. I'm going to create like one user for me, right, under this domain, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an administrator user that will, besides the administrator, right? The administrator is actually the root access, the root credential of Windows. And we don't want to use that. Remember, same thing, same rule with Linux. We don't want to use the administrator, right? We want to create a user that has an admin credentials. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create under the domain, I'm going to create like an admin organizational unit. And the reason why we're going to do that first is because this is where you create like policies. When you create policies, you can only create policies within the organizational unit, not in groups, not in users, but within the organizational unit. So I'm going to uncheck this, right? Because sometimes it takes, when you want to delete it, actually leave it because this is for admin. So I'm just going to put underscore just to, this is just for me to, and these are the admin's credential. You can add people within. So click OK. Right now we have an organizational unit under admins. So under admins now, I'm going to right click here on the right side, or you can just, within here, these are the icons, right? Create a new group or create a new user. I'm going to create a user under, I'm going to name it, I'm just going to create like a random, I'm just going to do like Erica Mason. I don't know. I'm just like thinking of something. That's the only thing. So for the login, so it depends in your, your administrator. There are some rules, right, within your company. Like I remember when I was a NFL, our username is going to be the first name dot and then the last name. So and then some people will have the first initial and then the last name. So we'll do the dot, Erica dot Mason, right? And that would be the login, right? And then click next. And then here, since this is an admin, it's not gonna expire, right? but you make the rule, right? I'm just gonna use the same password as mine. You can also I'll show you how to do this, right? So the let's say when we create a user, right, just a regular user, when they log in, they can change their own password. We can do that for later on. So click next and then finish. So now Erica is part of the domain, not yet, until we put her right under that group. So member of that group. So I'm gonna right click properties, right? I'm going to click member of. Right now, I mean, every time you're creating a user, it's automatically going to be part of the domain users, right? But I want Erica to be one of the admin. So what I'm going to do is going to type in domain. Let's see, check the names, right? I want Erica to be the domain admin, and that's it, right? She has a lot of control within that admin. So, and then click OK. And so now she's part of admin and also as a user. Click OK. So now Erica is actually an administrator now, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to, here on the right side, we're going to log in as Erica. So now Erica would be Erica.Mason, right? This is not changing, right? Because even though, like I said, like earlier, I said administrator, like the regular administrator, which is the root, it changes to, so you have to enter the domain controller, right? And then backslash administrator. That's how you log in. That's how Windows, like the rules of Windows. Anyway, for Erica, right? It's just a regular user with an admin, right? So I'm gonna log in as her, right? For the first time in this machine. And then now she's able to log in. Just wait, right? It takes like a minute or hopefully, right? It's creating that profile, right? Profile within Windows. All right. So now we are logged in as Erica, right? You can now let me take this out because this is like unpin unpin my command. I like the command line always, right, in the taskbar. So let's do, see right now you see Erica, right? And you can do also who am I, same thing with Erica.Mason. Okay, these are the things that you can also do. You can also, let's see, here, right, client one, that's the name of the host name, is the name of the computer. Same thing. There are some, like, that that you guys know already, like ping is the same thing, who am I is the same thing, right? The command within Windows. Okay, the only, I mean, the difference is like the IP config, right? With Linux is going to be IPA or if config, but IP config, like I said, see now, it's giving me this IP address, and then now we're pointing to 100. So now we're good to go, right? We're good. This is clean. We're part of the domain, right? So this is actually what we can do now here. Let's see, here is the computer. Okay, see this right now? Now it's seeing, right, that client one is connected. This is client one, right? We see this, right, the host name. So now it's connected, and you'll see if you add in another computer, which is your second computer, it will show up here that there's client one. Okay, so up next, we're gonna continue configuring the other DC, which is DC2, and we're gonna clone it, right, and also clone another computer. All right, thank you.